about the way you stare into my eyes. I know that I don't make things clear.
Welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's your girl D'Asya Renee, and today I'm going to be giving you guys an update over what happened on Thursday. The first game I want to talk about is the Louisville versus Georgia Tech game. That game was pretty interesting to see. For one, they had their top player, Sydney Taylor, their top shooter, come off the bench. I believe that fueled a little fire in her, made her go a little harder. And she, off the bench, she scored 31 points. She shot 10 from 16 from the field, and she made 7 3-pointers. Louisville needs Sydney Taylor to shoot at a high percentage and play well for them to be able to go far in the tournament, and I'm hoping for that as well. Just hoping that Louisville just pulls it together, stays together, and is able to play together. Person for Louisville who has been consistently helping them out and being consistent and being tough is Kiki Jefferson. She is a really good player, scores at a high level. She hit a couple of threes in the last game, and she even ended up with 7 in this game, but the game before she was scoring at a high rate and efficiently. So next, I want to talk about the NC State game versus North Carolina game. First of all, that was a very tough game. Going into North Carolina is very difficult. They only have 2 losses at home overall. However, at this point in time, they are unranked. They are 18-9, and USC was 23-4. Is 23-4 and was the number 6 seed. Now, I watched this game from the beginning to the end, and personally, in my opinion, I feel like Sanaya Rivers took too long to get going. Sometimes I believe she kind of struggles with being the point guard, knowing when to lead the team and knowing when to score. I feel like at some point in the game, she should have taken over, because honestly, the people that was in front of her that was guarding her, they could not guard Sanaya, in my opinion. I felt like she was holding back. I feel like Sanaya Rivers has such a high level. Like, she has not even reached her peak yet. She can be so much more, and she is a great player right now, but I feel like she can be even better. Honestly, in my opinion, she is only a junior, still has a whole another year. But honestly, overall, I feel like she took too long to get herself going. I feel like she was so focused on getting others going that she didn't get herself going, and I feel like they need her to get going. Now, Iowa versus Indiana. I will say they do kind of have like a back and forth. Caitlin Clark still ended up with 24 points. I don't think anybody's going to be able to stop Caitlin from getting her nuggets, But overall, I feel like the people around her did okay. Kate Martin, she had 19 points with Iowa, but it was all Indiana. Mackenzie Holmes showed up for Indiana. She had 24 points. Indiana just plays very well together. They play very fundamentally sound. You won't see them doing anything out of pocket. They're going to do what they need to do to get the win and be solid throughout the whole game. So honestly, it was a good game, but I feel like at some point it's just 2 top 25 teams, and as you guys know, nobody's safe. So with that being said, Iowa losing to Indiana, it's a surprise, of course, because they're number 4 and they're number 14. But at the end of the day, if you're in the top 25, especially in 2024 women's basketball right now, anybody can be upset. And it was Indiana's night that night. So maybe and hopefully I will go back to the drawing board, figure some things out, because the games are winding down and things are coming to an end. They also have been talking a lot about Caitlin Clark chasing the all-time scoring record, which in my opinion, I feel like she'll reach it and get to that goal, especially with they got our last few games coming up in February, and then you got tournament play in the Big Ten. And I feel like, in my opinion, at the Big Ten championship is going to be Iowa and Indiana again, which will be their 3rd time meeting. So we shall see how that goes. Now, the next game I want to talk about is Syracuse versus Duke. Now, Duke beat them 58-45. D'Asya is chasing beating Brittany Griner in the scoring record, moving up in the list. She had 22 points. She needed 26 to beat that record. She was not able to beat that record, and they lost. So I'm sure she wants to beat that record and win. But in my opinion, I felt like Duke didn't do anything offensively crazy. They were very defensively sound. At the stat sheet, looking at the players and how many people scored, the scoring was all over. It was not just one person who had 30 here, 25 here. Everybody has like 12, 8, 7 points, 11 points, 6 here, 4 there, but they were very defensively sound. They made an objective to slow down D'Asya Fair. They slowed her down as much as possible. She has been on a roll. So with that being said, I feel like Duke can make some noise in the tournament and even do some great things in the ACC tournament, which is coming up. The games are winding down, as I said. And I just feel like, honestly, Duke, if they can play defense, they can shake up some things. I feel like going into March Madness, they might upset a team that you think should go far just based off their defense. They're very disruptive, getting the passing lanes. They play together on defense, and when they are collectively playing together on defense and they're taking care of the ball offensively, Duke is a force to be reckoned with. Okay, next game I want to talk about is Auburn versus LSU. Now, I learned something that I did not know. The thing that I did not know, Honesty Scott Grayson used to play for Baylor. I was unaware of that until they kept mentioning that, and she comes at LSU hard. And she went to Baylor, which if you guys don't know, Kim Mulkey was the coach at Baylor. If you are unaware, she was there before. She is averaging 18 points overall. Honesty can score at a very high level. Definitely think she will be in the WNBA draft, doing some great things. She's an elite guard. But in that game, in my opinion, I feel like Angel did take over, like it's been saying in the headlines. That's true. Angel did take over. Flagey played very good defense, in my opinion. I feel like Honesty was scoring, and when they switched Flagey onto Honesty, I feel like she took that defensive assignment very personally, and she is becoming the go-to defender. I feel like Flagey will be a really good go-to defender that they can go to, that can slow down some like maybe smaller guards that scores at a higher level, and Flagey will be able to do that coming up. How LSU continues to respond after those back-to-back losses in that break, I feel like they've gotten it together and they're figuring out some things. In my opinion, I like when Poe is on the floor and Haley Van Lith is at the 2. The lineup that I like, in my opinion, is Poa, Angel Reese, Haley Van Lith, Flagey, and Anissa Morrow or Michaela. Those two are kind of interchangeable, but I like Poa in the lineup with Haley Van Lith. I feel like it gives Haley the advantage to be able to attack, and her and Flagey attacking on both sides. Just any person can run the floor, any person can score, and they're both elite scorers. I feel like it gives LSU a great advantage. Great February. February is coming to an end. We're about to be in March already, and 2024 is going fast. But I hope you guys are having a blessed day. I will be back uploading on Sunday on the screen with my camera, talking to y'all about what goes on Sunday, as well as probably giving you guys an update tomorrow. Saturday probably will be a voiceover just of what happened on Saturday, because some teams do play tonight. Pretty much the Pac-12 teams plays on Fridays. So we got Arizona versus Stanford at 9 o'clock, which is coming up. And we got USC versus Colorado. That'll be an interesting game to watch. Then we got Oregon State versus Washington State. And Washington State is up and down. So you never know with them. You never know. They had Arizona on the ropes. So you just never know. So I'll be watching the Pac-12 games and be back to give you guys an update of what's going on. And I hope you again are having a wonderful day. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and continue to subscribe. I appreciate you guys for subscribing to my YouTube channel and tuning in. And peace.
It's not that I don't want you here. It's something about the way you stare into my